WordNerds. So as you probably already know, if you're at all on Twitter or social media at all, it is Pride Month. And because of that, I wanted to do two things: a little bookshelf tour of my to be read pile, which is insane. It's not even really a to be read pile anymore. It's an actual entire bookshelf. What can I say? It's a problem. And the other thing is to show you my shelf of LGBTQ reads, and unfortunately it's not as big as I would like because I have a very select, I like fantasy books in which the bisexuality is not necessarily like an issue or anything. I just like it to be a part of the book, and it's actually really hard to find stuff like that, but I've managed to find a few, and so I'm going to show you my bookshelf. Okay. So this is my insane to be read bookshelf. On top, you've got, it's really messy, you've got pumpkin juice from Harry Potter World and a typewriter. And then we've got, these are all books that I've bought and been meaning to read. You can see there's a second level here. Let's see, move some of these away. Got like Clockwork Princess and Lady Midnight, and a bunch of stuff behind there. It's ridiculous. Some art copies I haven't even got to yet, so you're like stacking things on top. This one, the rest of them aren't doubled, it's just the one I started to do that on. So those are all the things I haven't read yet, and underneath are old books that I want to reread or I haven't read yet. And then here's my tiny little shelf. I wish it were bigger. It's an LGBTQ shelf. I include the Raven Boys, which is not specifically LGBTQ, but it has one of my very favorite characters. He's one of my most loved characters, so I kind of include that as well. So a lot of them aren't even, like, I think this one has gay characters in it. This one, Labyrinth Lost, is right up my alley. It's got bisexual women in it, and it's fantasy, so it's very much what I look for. I think these are all I have. I haven't read these yet. That's the thing, because I have so many books I need to read, obviously. So next on my list, I think, is Ramona Blue, which is about a girl that believes she's a lesbian and then falls for a guy and figures out that she's bisexual. There's a lot of controversy surrounding this book. So I haven't read it yet, so I'm completely holding back any views on it yet, but I'm excited to read it because I think that it shows a side of the story that more people need to see sometimes, because that type of thing does happen. And then I kind of cheated and added my book because it is LGBT. The characters are the bisexual main character, so I figure it deserves a spot on my own shelf. Why not, right? And then also anything, if you're ever looking for an awesome fantasy with awesome, amazing women that are gay, check out anything by Melinda Lowe. Is absolutely amazing. And then Scorpion Rules, she's bisexual, and I really like it because it's really not, it's not addressed, which I think is kind of cool. It just is. I think you need some books that do address it and then some that don't. Like, it's nice to have a mixture. So yeah, that's my shelf. I haven't read them yet. I'm going to read them soon. I'm actually halfway through The Huntress. I do this where I read like 6 books at the same time. So I'm halfway through The Huntress, and it's really good so far. It's very eerie. I'm very much enjoying it, and the writing's beautiful. So yeah, some of the other things I've had recommended to me that are on my to be read list for Pride Month. I'm just like collecting all of these titles that people are posting on Instagram and stuff. Awesome pictures. It's a great resource for clicking the hashtags on Instagram and stuff and just finding all of these amazing books. One that keeps coming up is Love in the Time of Global Warming. I'm definitely going to go to the bookstore and get that soon. I also went looking for Grasshopper Jungle recently, which is another really popular one. I wasn't able to find it because my bookstore is so small, so I think I'm going to have to go to one of the bigger bookstores in town and grab that. As well as a book called Phantomime by Laura Lamb is supposed to be a good LGBT read, so I'm going to pick that up as well. I know I have a bunch more not immediately in front of me. A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue is another one, so I'm definitely going to pick that up as well. That's what I went looking for with Ramona Blue. I wanted that one and the Gentleman's Guide, and they didn't have the other one because my bookstore doesn't have anything. If you guys have any great recs for LGBTQ for Pride Month, let me know in the comments below. Specifically, if you have any awesome women characters that are also bisexual and also in a fantasy world. Those are my absolute favorite types of books, and I'll love you forever. If you find me an awesome one, that would be amazing. They're surprisingly hard to find. Don't forget, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, the WordNerds have a live chat, and we would love to see you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.